I'll read a couple poems from Resistance's Blue Spanish Guitar. I would mention that, and I just found this out today, that this is a sad day for anybody who loves Greece. And that's because Mikis Theodorakis, who did the music to Zorba the Greek, died this month at the age of 96. So a man who taught us all how to dance like Zorba is gone. And so, because I just learned that today, I'm going to do my reading for him today. I drove west because of you and for you. I heard your voice in moonlit miles, crossed the Jesus-infested sky, caught hell at every six-gun speed trap, felt envy smiling at every exit ramp. I tasted blood in a coffee cup in Abilene. And in Nevada, the 6-month rain never came. I slept like the damned, fouled in the yellow arroyo, and killed a horned toad with a wiper blade because I thought I heard it say your name. And I drove west because dry, dead riverbeds spring to life and dull horizons climb to heaven. And because the cascade of Nebraska green grasses is unyielding. I wept over you like embroidery and wanted to love you, but could not. And wanted to understand you, but could not. And wanted to rescue or replace you, but could not. Yellow prairie sun limp over the State House dome, your voice like the little Colorado River carving a deep ditch deeper out of the flesh of a virgin. Your voice is cavernous, recalling crocodiles, thin-necked ibis, recalling Red Seas parting. And I wanted to redeem you, but could not. On your lips, the song of endless cattle, in your palm, spit of ancient leather. In my rearview mirror, an unregulated militia of two-bit cowboys shooting their full shotgun mouths off like Washington politicians. And I drove west because of you and heard your voice in full wing like larks, your voice quick as bullet trains kicking up wagon dust, your voice cheap as crimes and easy encroachments, your voice, a bone-thin man with one eye on the horizon and the other eye missing, hell-bent on death, on survival, on oblivion, your voice, wet boots trampling out the vintage across this intractable nation. Thank you. Here's a 4th of July poem. Crash, sparkle, bang. Zoom, crash, sparkle, bang. 4th of July in America again, tripping down Firecracker Lane on our statuesque, oath-busting, oafish feet, trampling everything we see, prairies, seas, river branches, cattle ranches, farms, families, arbors, wilds, herds of buffalo, and whole nations of civilized living human beings. Oh, muddy this pristine waters. Oh, drill for oil in the blue shale. Oh, cherish this day, our great and glorious national home of victory. Hurrah, hurrah. Followers of the biggest, baddest, best laid plan of man. Never did quite draw a proper beat on that one, did we, boys? Losing our way again and again, only to find it, only to lose it, only to find it, only to lose it. On the best of days, a well-intentioned, childlike nation, forgive us. A contrite people who really only wanted to pet the rabbit, like John Steinbeck said, and love the land. Oh, cataclysmic, oh, glimmer, oh, joy, oh, clang. Here's a salute to the humanity yet shining in our two-fisted sun-blackened deep blue gunpowder eyes. Zoom, crash, sparkle, bang, boom. This poem is called Jimmy. Sometimes when I'm lying here in bed, too tired to sleep and feeling all alone, I walk out past the tract houses, and the old white farmhouse where the crazy woman with a shotgun lived, and the row of old maples that haunt the sky. Before the moon goes down, I mean, before it's too dark to see. And out beyond the cornfield to where the wilderness isn't quite dead yet, but only hiding. Down to the frog pond, where Jimmy and the gang gathered. 3 or 4 of us with our big appetite for trouble. 15 years old, not yet tired of living. Too smart for this little town. The old frog pond, where Jimmy kissed me under a big yellow moon. He got me alone. He got on top of me, and his lips like mud and brine, and his face so hungry, so fierce against mine, I thought he could suck a dead man right out of his shoes. Jimmy. Prima, we've lost many fine poets in the past year or so. Diane de Prima, one of them. I'm sorry, Diane de Prima. There was no revolution. We cleaned things up just about enough to carry on. We forgot your necessary guns and Buddha. The revolution of the body and heart was no match for clean sheets and prosperity. We brought down the man and filled the lakes back up with rainbow trout. We unpolluted the sky. We closed the factories and gentrified the Lower East Side. Hell, I think it was Rockefeller uncovered the Sawmill River Parkway. We filled our gas tanks and our bank accounts, and we ran off to Cancun. Into the mouths of our children, we poured laughter, fireworks, poetry, college degrees. We forgot about filling our bathtubs up with your grandpa's Marxism and coal. The life-preserving waters of Sacco and Vanzetti went down the drain, escaped us. We put aside your revolutionary letters, and we let our cup runneth over with patriotism and football and craft beer. Yeah, we let the old sins in. Success for the many, fuck off for the few, until the few became the many, and now it's fuck off for the many. And for everyone, except the fat cats and their plastic wives and golf carts and their country clubs and private towers. And all the cleanup we've done, about to get undone. Reach for the sky, the privileged few are on high, protected by their trolls and goons, and the rest of us hanging around the streets to food and to fuel. And it's 10 p.m., there's 3 drunks outside on Church Street pulling on a young girl's hijab and shouting, Trump, Trump, Trump. And the blood is in the eyes of the people, and the anger is in their mouths. And it's for each other, not for the oppressors. That's just the way they like it. It's just the way they like it. And where is the precious seed of your revolution now, Diane de Prima, when we really need it? Thank you. Thank you. Been writing a lot of, one of my issues is refugees and the border. I know it's not really, the Florida border, despite what your governor says, but the border, the Rio Grande is, and the border culture, which is an emergent culture, proud of the emergent culture of borderlands, as Gloria Anzaldúa talks about. So I've written quite a few poems about immigrants and refugees and a border country. So I'll read 2 of those for you. This poem is called Our Food in Your Hands. It's about the people who pick vegetables that we purchase. How can a man walk through a supermarket anywhere in America without feeling the imprint of your hands on everything he touches? Hands strung in the dawn of cinch bug, nematode smell of dung, plastic buckets, bandanas, shorthand tools. Hands which dream of bean fields, straw beds, and barbed wire, corn, silk, and buttermilk. The watery music which leaps like fish out of the blue mestizo night, like your family's laughter, and into day. You migrate through South Carolina like drifted fog. You harvest tomatoes in Florida. You migrate through Delaware, Maryland, Connecticut, and Maine. You harvest potatoes, apples, soybeans, peas, beets, spinach. You tend to broilers, heifers, hens, and sows. You harvest wild rice. You pick avocados and grapes. You plant white tufts of cloud into the hair of your children like seeds in heaven. Oh, lettuce, oh, bold Salinas Valley, oh, crates of California, plums, apricots, Oregon cherries, plastic bags in low country and on the high mountaintops, cucumbers, string beans, Brussels sprouts, walnuts, peaches and almonds, oysters in their shells, broadcast spreaders, sprinkler pipes, burlap sacks. How can any man, woman, or child in Colorado, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Illinois, Florida, any man, woman, or child in Cochise County, Arizona, or New York City ever walk through an American supermarket without feeling the power of your steady hands and eyes, balancing every crop and planted field in America against the remaining hours of day? Your back, your neck, your feet, your shoulders, and especially hands, whole families of hands, tired, cut, bruised, bug bit, hard hands with work, on witness, underpaid, ripped off, and oh yeah, ready to take being kicked out because you come back, don't you? You always come back. You burn through mist like the border sun which migrates through every supermarket in America. Our food in your hands. I have time for two more poems. What was that game that we used to play with our hands? And they go like this. Here's the church, here's the steeple. Open the door and out come the people. Remember that? I do. I remember Tubby the Tuba. One earth, one people. Here we go. One earth, one people. The more I sleep, the more I dream. The more I dream, the better I pray. So listen to this. Here's the wall. Here's the people. No one can say it better than that. Here is the smoke, rising like a church, rising like a campfire, rising like a kitchen fire, rising like a border that separates us from each other and blinds us to each other. Town from town, pueblo from pueblo, ranch and farm animal and farm family, each from each. The smoke that blinds us. The people who cross borders to just be with each other, to just live with each other decently. No, nobody knows this better than us. This is no border. This is the front line in the war against lines. And no one can tell us what walls we should build between us. Walls inside us, around us, behind us, in front of us, so many walls, ridiculous. I'm surprised we haven't all gone completely blind. And no one knows this better than us. Here, where the people are undivided, where the people rise up like rivers and join together with heaven to form one great river, united as the sea, to eat, to laugh, to work, to prosper, to pray together. Because the more we pray, the better we dream. One earth, one people. A wall which is no wall is a river that is no river at all. And we are that river. One people here and everywhere we go, reverential, strong, better than what anybody takes us for. And what do they know about us? We flow along and we listen and we dream. And nobody can stop us from doing that. Nothing, nobody, no borders, no walls. Open your hearts, open your doors. Out come the people. And one final one, optimistic one. Here's an optimistic one to close. I look forward to hearing everybody else. It's called, For All We Know, This Is Paradise. For all we know, this is paradise. What if apples were still apples? What if snakes were still snakes? What if we're all still living in paradise? What if Eve is in the summer of her years, running with antelope, thighs supple and alert, her face tan? What if nobody has to crawl on their belly on account of some fairy tale crime? Adam lies blameless in a grove of ripe pears, admiring Eve's gait, admiring how everything an evening light arrives in Eden on hushed wings to remind him of love's caresses. No temptation, no shame, just a curious bird singing in sweet ellipses, singing with trees, a song with no words about God and summer and sunlight and waterfalls, a simple song about how perfectly a pear fits in Adam's hand, equally perfect in Eve's hand, and how generously its juices spill onto their chins and their hands and their chests, almost as if it was by design, singing how we are all of us two halves of a single fruit hanging from a paradise tree. And that's my poetry. Thank you.